my fitness journey would have started with like any sport that I played, though I wasn't good at them, and it like was never even something I was that interested in. It was just something I had to do.
Yeah.
Like my dad was my soccer coach.
Madison Christian.
I'm talking rec league, like like
before
8-year-olds, yeah, like kicking and screaming the movie style.
Yep.
So I mean, I'm playing that, horrible at it. Then going to high school, I'm even worse at it. Except I noticed then, so I tried to quit. My mom wouldn't let me, and then I went from there to like track and field, which I was okay. I took third at like 2 different. That's not gonna work.
It's gonna be loud.
It's very loud. I took third at like 2 events, so like never athletic. Realistically, I wasn't athletic.
Yep. Neither am I.
So then I get out of high school, I get my first job, Chick-fil-A. Still love Chick-fil-A to this day. I'm eating like 4, 5, 6. I probably owed Chick-fil-A $9,000 in losses that they took from me eating spicy chicken sandwiches every single day when I worked. And I would eat like 4, 5, 6 a day. Like just so many. So I put on so much weight. I was so fat and I just didn't recognize it. Because like I was just raised in this status of like you are who you are. Is what it is, and like just eat till you're done. So I put on like 50 pounds immediately following high school, and I didn't realize I was like problematically fat literally until we met.
Yeah, you say that that catalyst moment of when I called you fat or something, and I don't even remember that.
I know, and it meant nothing to you, and in the moment I was just like no, like this is just, I'm just big. I am big. I'm like 6 foot tall. I'm 250 pounds, and
It's just
at the time
you just don't do anything about it.
that was only 250 pounds.
What did I say?
Oh, we got out of the pool and we were standing in a circle. Yeah, we were standing in a circle. It was you and Matt, Jake, Chucky, myself, and we're just sitting there. And then like you and Matt were like looking at each other and laughing. And I was like, what? And then Matt goes, John wonders why you're so fat. And I was like,
I have no recollection of this. Zero recollection.
I take no, like, I'm not offended by it. I don't care. It's very, you can't offend me. But like in that moment, I was just like it kind of like, that was not the exact turning point, but that was when I recognized the problem. Mm-hmm. And that's when I started talking to Nick McIntosh about working out together.
Who is also...
He's overweight,
yeah,
but...
You're similar build.
Yeah, but he's very strong too. Mm-hmm. So like, he might be overweight, but he's definitely pushing something. Please tell me it's not a loud toy.
Is it?
No, I think this one's good.
Oh, okay. Perfect.
So, yeah, I was working out with him, but that's what the issue was also that I found, and which is why I preach this to people now, is that I was at Planet Fitness, and I was doing an hour and a half to 2 hours of cardio, like, not every single day, but 4 to 5 times a week.
Yeah, like punishing yourself, kind of, for being fat, right?
Horrendous cardio. I'm talking, like, 900 calories, like, whenever I hit that 1,000 mark, I was like, yeah, and then I'd go home, and I would eat, like, 1,600 calories.
In one sitting?
No. In total for the day.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you weigh 270
what? At my heaviest, I broke 260.
So you weigh 260. You're overweight. You were never like obese, disgusting fat.
Probably not.
You were just like 35%. What?
No concept. I don't really know how fat I was because I would avoid at all costs taking my shirt off.
Yep.
Never took my shirt off. Don't have a single picture of me without a shirt on at that weight. I couldn't tell you a shirtless picture I have before. Probably, definitely not within the last, until the last 5 years. But, like, even after I lost the weight, I wasn't happy with how I looked. I just always wanted to lose more weight. Yeah.
You did the stereotypical unhealthy,
crash
too high of a calorie deficit, and really, I like it that no other way to describe it besides punishing yourself with cardio. That's what I think. You're like beating up on yourself.
Yeah, kind of painful cardio, and I would go on the elliptical for so long until I literally couldn't stay up any longer, and then I would go to the bikes because I could sit down for that, and I would bike more. Like so much. And Nick, God bless him, he was like, "Man, you need to lift," and was like, no, I'm just doing cardio and abs. And that's all I did. And like 2 or 3 times a week, I would treat myself with an ab routine. And I got strong as hell on abs. I could max out any machine and just rep the ab machines. And like, that was cool to me. So like, I was progressive overloaded.
Yep.
Not what I needed to.
Yep.
I still looked like trash. But I did that for, I mean, like, like, I don't know where I would be if in those probably very important years of lifting, if I would have just actually had a regimented workout plan.
I mean, you kind of like, you just get the beginner gains early. You just be like a little bit further than where you are now,
Probably.
right?
Probably.
A little bit.
Yeah.
And you can never get the. It's like the same. It's like with me. It's the same thing with me. I've been doing the up and the. I was never that fat. To where like well, I mean, honestly, the fattest I was this year, I think.
I agree.
But I was never to like the point where I was just like fat, obese, like gross. And then I was but I was also never to the point where I was big and shredded at the same time. Ever.
Yeah, well, big and shredded. Just, it's only one way, you know? Dom Mazzetti said it best.
So yeah, I mean, it was the same thing. I didn't know how to train either.
I mean, you were shredded in track season though, or track season stuff.
Yes. Yeah. Those high school cross country.
I mean,
pictures.
I only saw the pictures once you were 18.
Those high school cross country pictures. Those used to be my reference for like, man, like
dude.
That is
Do you
what
remember
I
we were at someone's
I'll
house?
have to put those up too.
And we were watching some movie with Channing Tatum. And you were like, he's not even that shredded. Like, he's barely got a six-pack. And then you're like, everyone's watching the movie, and you're just like scrolling through your phone. You're like, no, look at me. I've got better abs than him.
Yeah.
And then back then, like, I didn't know anything. I was like, hell yeah. Like, you look way better than him. Even though, like, he's probably carrying more muscle, but he is carrying more fat. But it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
He did not look good in that movie, though.
Well, dude.
In that movie,
Kingsman
he was soft as hell.
Kingsman 2, he's fat.
Did you see? Oh, he's laying in the bed.
Yeah.
He's laying in the bed after the.
Yes. But even so,
weed.
like, even though that's not. Yeah, he did weed.
He did a weed.
Even so, like, he's just. He did not look good in the movie. But that's not the topic here.
Yeah. But yes, I do remember that.
Yeah.
And then I also remember a point where Sam and her friend, her super loud, annoying friend.
Okay.
Super loud. You remember that girl? She's still in like her wedding now. Sam and her friend were like amazed with my abs.
Mm.
And then it came to a point where they asked me to show them again, and they were not there. They literally said they shredded me, and I was like, oh no.
I don't think I remember that.
But okay, so well back to yours. So we'll bring yours full circle. So punishing yourself, doing it wrong, doing it too much because you just don't know.
I think it's just a period of people shredding me, and then I figure stuff out. So like yours, it wasn't really a shredding, but it was just like you said what you said, and then that got me into like a plan. And then I talked to Nick, I started doing cardio, and then I was working out at the fire station I worked at, and I was still just doing cardio. All cardio, all the time. I would get in there at like 5:30, and I would do cardio for an hour and a half. I would completely soak everything I was wearing in sweat. Like, I was just cardioing so hard.
Yeah.
Then I would go in the shower, work the rest of the day, and I was like skinny. I remember like thinking how good I looked because I was skinny, but that's all I was. And then a guy came in one day, and I love this guy to death, Harrison Curry, like probably my favorite dude I worked with there. He comes in, he's like, hey, so why are you only doing cardio? And I was like, because I need to lose weight. He was like, you don't need to lose weight. Why are you doing cardio still? He's like, you need to lift. And I was like, I don't want to lift. Like, I don't need to lift. And he was like, no, you need to lift. Like, you should lift.
Yeah.
You'll feel better, you'll look better, and it'll just be better. And I was like okay. Like, I guess I'll give it a try. So then, like, I started tapering off my cardio a little bit. I was like, I'll do 1 hour of cardio and then 30 minutes of weightlifting.
Yeah.
And then I started looking up videos.
Still
like,
backwards.
Yeah, exactly backwards. And so I'd look up like Athlean-X and then the staples, you know. I watched Athlean-X. I watched a ton of Jeff Nippard. That's when I found Vitruvian Physique. Just all these YouTubers that I loved, and Christian Guzman, like those, like everybody says, the OG YouTubers.
Max Tuning.
Max Tuning. I didn't watch him for lifting. I didn't watch him until way later. But I loved his content too. And then I found Remington James the same way, just because I heard of him because he was like a local guy, and I started watching him because of that.
Oh yeah, Lancaster. Remington James from Lancaster.
Yeah. So, I like started watching all of those videos and just like little workouts here and there, and like literally just learning how to like bench press. Like I never bench pressed before.
Yeah.
Like I did it on a Smith machine a couple times with Nick, but like hurt my elbows, my shoulder, everything was just pain on a Smith machine, and that's why we don't touch it.
Yeah.
But we're Planet Fitness. It's all we had, you know.
Dude, that's right.
Planet Fitness is
Or
so bad. Or
dumbbells.
dumbbells that go up to 75 pounds, which would have been plenty for me at the time.
Yep.
But you know, but it's like, so I started lifting then, and I was incredibly weak. And I mean, these firefighters are huge. Not all of them shredded, but they're all strong.
Yeah.
Like, I swear there's like 6 of them that would just come in there, and like I would be
They
able
got
to
that
hit.
retard dad strength. They're like 30% body fat, but they can just push some massive weight.
Dude, they're crazy. And there's this one dude there that can squat. I mean, to me, it's a ton of weight, but it's like 500. I think he posted it on his Instagram. It was like 595, and
Yeah,
like he does that regularly. Pulls like well over 500 pounds, probably over 600. I don't really know, but like just crazy strong. And then I'm in there, and I've got a 25 on each side of the bar, and I'm repping that bad boy for 3. You know. And so I'm like, and in my head, I was like, well, gotta do 3 sets of 8. It's all in 3 sets of 8. So I literally repped an empty bar for like workouts until I could move myself up. And I was 200 pounds
Yeah.
repping basically an empty bar. Like,
But that worked, right?
It got me.
You did
it got me
progressive
started.
overload.
Yeah. And then I didn't squat, didn't deadlift. I did almost nothing for my legs at first. They actually had a squat machine that I would use. It's like a hack squat. It's not a hack squat. I don't know. You get the shoulder pads and you squat.
Yeah.
I used that because I was too afraid to squat. I didn't want to drop the bar on myself. All that kind of stuff.
Squatting is sketchy by yourself, I think.
I still hate squatting. I just do it because I don't want to be that bro that doesn't have legs.
Yeah.
You know.
Squatting is always sketchy because you can't bail like you can on other stuff.
I feel
I don't know
I
how
feel
to
like
bail.
bench pressing is the sketchiest to do. By
Well, but
yourself.
we don't do enough weight for it to really. You could roll it. You could roll it.
Kill a
off.
whole lot of weight. Yeah, I know. But technically on squatting, you could just let go. It'll go where it goes.
Yeah. Well, until it's bending you forward.
I've done that. Dude, were you there at Obex when I like couldn't dump the weight backwards and it just came off and like smacked the back of my head?
Oh my gosh!
That called the end of
I
my
think
sets.
so.
Yeah. But I mean, that was only
You had
maybe 200
You had the
pounds.
bars, right?
Yeah, they were too low for me.
Okay. Yep.
I was in that. That was bad.
Like Liz.
Hey, it's a plate on each side.
No, with her in the bar, she doesn't. She's like, I don't like being in there. Does she still do that?
She still says she doesn't do that, but now she uses the Smith.
She
machine.
doesn't do that.
Yeah, but she just got a belt. It was probably in here somewhere.
Okay,
But
so she does or doesn't? You said she still says
she wouldn't use the Smith machine until some.
No. The bars. The bars.
Sorry. She wouldn't use the squat rack. She would only use the Smith machine
Oh, okay.
until some random dude at the gym that I was slightly skeptical was going to rape her. And I was a little skeptical, or sus. Anyways, and luckily, good guy. He taught her like proper squat form, and she wouldn't listen to me because I'm her husband.
Yep.
So not going to do that. But and then like he's actually teaching
Liz,
her
if you're
how to
watching,
squat.
use the bars.
Please, I beg of you, use the pins. They are
Yes.
there to save you.
Pins.
To
See,
save
I don't even know what they're called.
Let's do a quick pro tip.
His wife does not use the pins. She steps outside of the pins because she doesn't like being that close to the rack, I would imagine. The rack is
It's
too
gotta
close
be,
to her.
Or maybe there's a mirror in front of her.
So you got the rack and the
Yeah.
pins. She steps right here.
outside. No, it's a whole rack. She'll use the outside of the rack.
Yeah, I know. So this is the rack. This is the
I'm
pins
saying
sticking
it's
out.
like the cage.
Oh.
It's like the Rogue Fitness cage.
So she's got to get in there and take the bar out.
Yeah,
and
she doesn't
set it
like
on the outside
yeah.
of the rack.
Correct. Yeah.
Wow.
Yes. It's dedication.
Wait, what gym does she go to?
YMCA.
Okay. Go ahead.
So, here's how you do it. You take an empty bar. Oh, yeah, Liz, I'm telling you how to set up your squat. Anyway, empty bar. You just go down to your full depth. I'm gonna stop on this chair.
Yep.
Just take a quick look, see roughly where it's at, what number. Come back up, put the pin 1 below it. That's all you gotta do.
There you go.
That's all you gotta do. You won't die.
There you go.
Probably. I can't guarantee anything.
Yeah.
But
Won't fold you like a pretzel.
yeah, I don't remember all we were talking. Oh, proper form. Yeah. Squatting. Yeah, never deadlifted, dude. I didn't deadlift.
Yeah, the firefighters got you. It was the firefighters got you into lifting,
into lifting,
which is right, which is good.
And I had to have blown up that year because I had guys asking me if I was taking vitamin S, as they called it.
You did. I mean, I remember that the transition from like real soft into like more of the shape that you are now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And again, I have no pictures of that whatsoever, and I really do wish I had some.
Yeah.
But it's all right. I mean,
I took pictures this year, and I almost wish I had more of when I was fat. Because it's just really cool to see.
So crazy.
Yeah, and I think my genetics are just off the charts.
I definitely think if we're gonna put genetics on a scale, I think yours are at least a 7, and I would put mine at a solid 3 to 4. I mean, a generous 3 to 4.
But in you, especially with a shirt on, you're tall, broad shoulders. Capped.
Luckily, my titties hold fat.
Yep.
Which is nice for wearing a shirt because it generally fills out pretty well.
Yep. Super lean back now.
I feel like my back's always pretty lean.
So it's like,
yeah.
So, but okay, so that's like your.
Yeah.
And then basically like where we are now, except we're much more devoted. Both of us are much more devoted now.
Yeah.
Because of each other. And then, but this is Zeke. But before that, it was like we were both kind of doing the same thing. We kind of knew most of the right stuff, but like it wasn't really like
I knew what I was doing.
Yeah.
I never we started writing stuff down this year.
Yes, writing stuff down.
Never wrote anything down, man. And oh man, that's been such a game changer.
Writing stuff down,
and
taking pictures. MyFitnessPal.
I knew that if I was writing stuff down, I knew I would be progressing, and I wanted to. So then I just got lazy. I did it on my phone, and then whenever you have it on your phone, you muscle memory. You're just like boom, boom, Instagram, YouTube, like, and I'm not doing what I wanted to do at all. And then like
phone notes, they like go places.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're there, obviously. They don't just disappear, but like they're not the book. We use these little booklets. I don't have one. They're in the book. They're in the book.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, they were
everything is in the
expensive
book.
though. It was 2 on Amazon for $5.
I knew it was coming. So it's like in Google Keep. I have like tons of notes.
Oh my!
I have hundreds and
I have
hundreds
a
of
grocery
random
thing
notes.
in there. I have this old my last house. Like my parents asked me what I needed for it. I still have those notes in there. It's just
You'd have to date them all.
Yeah.
And then you'd have to look back through the dates.
Now, also, here's the thing. You could just tag it bench and go to the most recent one, and then you could color cut it.
Mm-hmm.
But I go back to my biggest reason. Is that it's so easy to get distracted, so easy to go through. You got texts in there. I get like 5 texts while we're working out.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to start responding to those, going to check emails. Like, it's just, if you have the book, the phone is there for if somebody needs me in an emergency, that's it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. The book is awesome. So the book, pictures and weight in MyFitnessPal. That has been cool. We just started doing the pictures in MyFitnessPal.
I haven't put any of my pictures in my
Okay.
MyFitnessPal.
I started doing that.
Yeah,
but
I just
really weight.
Track them all.
Weight in MyFitnessPal, and then calories in MyFitnessPal.
Yeah. And my scale links to MyFitnessPal. So every day, instantly.
That's it. Like those 3 things, that writing everything down, keeping track of your weight, and keeping track of your calories, you can't lose. You know what's going on. You know what's happening.
20 pounds in my bench press this year.
Yeah, that's insane.
Which is really good for me.
And
considering how long it took me to even get to 225.
Yeah.
To then get to 245. It took me a long time to get to 225.
Yeah. And now you rep way higher on bench. So your run rep max on bench is 245.
Yeah.
Mine's 230. 230.
Yes.
But you rep way higher. You just did 205 when I was doing it. Who cares?
Yeah.
All right, but yeah. Oh yeah. When you track everything, you just can't lose. And then and I'm at 335 deadlift, which I was like, I'm not gonna deadlift anything heavy. Which 335, whatever. That's probably pussy weight to some people, but
it's definitely, that's the thing, is that I feel so good about it, and I know, and that's why I don't post them, because I know that someone will shred me for it, but I shouldn't care, because it doesn't matter. It's my account.
It's 3 plates.
I know.
I love it. It's
know.
3 plates. It's the only thing I can get 3 plates on.
Yeah.
So I think that's sick.
Yeah, and dude, you've been like really into it. You've been really doing it for like
3 months.
I would say Obets we were pretty serious, but like
Dude,
laser
with
focus.
the drinking and the staying up and the bullshitting. I mean, just so much of that. So much of that. Go 2 days, off 3 days. Go.
that was. I still get a little PTSD from how like shaky you were at the start of like this year.
Yeah.
Because I would like I text him every morning when I'm leaving my house. At least I try to. I'm literally about to just send you my location. That way.
We used to share our location.
Yeah, I think we should do it again. That way you can see if I'm actually on the road and just forgot to text you.
Yeah.
But anyways, I would be like, I'd be on my way, and then I would text him, be like, hey, I'm on my way. Then he'd never respond, and then I'm sitting there, I'm like, do I take my headphones in? And then I would take the headphones in, and then sometimes, or some weeks it was the whole week, I wouldn't see you. So I'm like, all right, good thing I have my headphones. And then other times, it was, it'd be like, I'd have my headphones in, and you would walk in and be like, oh, so you didn't think I was coming? I'm like, honestly, no.
Yeah.
I didn't know you were going
Yeah.
to be here.
What was I doing at the beginning of this year still? Beginning of
It
this
might not have
year.
been the beginning of this year. I mean, it's been a long time.
At the
since
beginning
I
of this
was in
year,
the gym.
I was still probably just, it was still probably just like the cold in the, you know, like me not working. I'm a real estate agent, so me not working, like, when it gets winter, it just sucks, man. It's like, I'm in the dumps. So then once like April hit this year, it was like every day.
Yeah.
I feel like it was really good. But last year was just bullshitting.
Yeah.
I was just being an idiot.
Well, it's so easy to last year. Like,
yeah, it was
like
COVID.
Yeah, I mean, when COVID hit, I literally dropped 15 pounds, and then gained 20.
So you lost
Had
muscle
to
mass?
be.
Yeah,
Had
and
to
then
be. Because I tried to stay on my diet, whenever. Because do you remember beginning of last year? That was when, like, beginning of last year, I was like, I said I'm going to make my biggest PRs I've ever made in the gym. Like, I'm going
that's
to
when
hit
we were
this.
at Obet's
Obet's gym, yeah. And then we were going. It was going great. I had to make good progress. My diet was very dialed in for like the first 2-3 months, and then I remember Liz like texted me one day, and she was like, "Obet's gym is closed," and I was like, "What?" Because she went like after work because she used to work out. We used to work out. You and I would work out in the mornings, and she would go at night because she gets off before I do. And yeah, she was like, "Obet's gym is closed." I was like, "Are you serious?" Like, I didn't think it was I didn't think it was real. And then, yeah, dude, all of that progress just totally gone. And I got very, very, not very fat, but I got back up to like 230, which still in a better place than I was at 230 when I was dieting from 260. But
Yeah.
it was.
And the milk jug workouts and all that bullshit.
Yeah, I'm sitting there with 2 liters watching some steroid freak on Orange Theory workout, and I've got 2 7-Up bottles, and I'm just like, I'm feeling it, Liz. Yeah, if I keep the bottle cap in between my middle and ring fingers, it really targets the biceps.
Yeah, the forearms.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're on center, and Kai Green's like, see this full body cardio.
Center fit.
Center Fit is what's Chris
Chris
Hemsworth. Chris Hemsworth app.
Yeah.
It's just I actually what filling on video it looked more bullshit than like P90X is awesome actually. P90X is like good.
I think P90.
It teaches you like targeted, you're targeting certain areas. It teaches you mind muscle connection. It is like just a full body workout, less cardio, but whatever. Dude, like if we had done P90X,
that was like one of my man, after I was like kind of not working out with Nick anymore, that really got me focused because I wanted to see my bicep vein, and we started doing P90X in the upstairs of
the other house,
yeah, your mom's second house. And dude, I remember it being so hot and just dripping sweat on that floor.
Yep.
But then I saw that bicep vein, and I think that's when I was like hooked, like
dude.
hooked. Oh, I remember. I just that was P90X
results. Okay, so yeah, P90X in my mom's house. Yeah, you see the
that's
bicep
what
vein.
you had been doing for a while, and then you were like, "We need to work out together."
Yes, dude. Because P90X, there was really like nothing wrong with P90X. It's because it's probably one of the best workouts you could do at home.
I see. I don't want to shred P90X. I don't want to shred on it at all because it was good. it is good. Like you'll feel it for sure.
Mhm.
You can build a good foundation with it. I just think you can't. Like you're not going to get as big as.
Well, but-
what's the dude's name?
Tony Horton.
I mean, you're not going to get as big as Tory Horton.
No, but
You
you're
know?
but at home with no
Oh yeah.
equipment,
I
no
was doing
bench,
PNDX workouts.
and
Well,
no bar.
I wasn't. What was I doing? Because I didn't have any weights. Anyways, that doesn't matter. Yeah.
At home with no bench, no bar, P90X is like
Mhm.
one of your best bets, I
You can
think.
drill a pull-up bar into your ceiling and then just get a couple dumbbells.
Yep. So, but I never wanted to go to the gym. Yeah, I always wanted to look good. I always thought I just want to look good.
Yeah.
I just want to look good. I have good genetics. I can get skinny, whatever. You know, that's what I always thought.
This dude's back has always been like, like huge.
Just back?
Inexplicable. I always thought you had a good back. Good back, even before we were like actually training backs.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, it was never lean.
Why plural backs?
It was
Well,
never lean, but it was
yeah.
always. I did. Yeah, because I was pull up. Maybe that's why I connected with P90X, because I'm pull up guy too.
Yeah.
Like I could always do 10 pull ups when you could do like 3. You know, just because like I did pull ups and push ups.
See, so how you feel about squats, and I also feel about squats. I feel about pull-ups. They are just so hard.
Mm-hmm.
So hard. I think I could pull my body weight on a lat pull down better than I could do pull-ups. I don't know if that's true. But
No,
like,
I think that is kind of true though. That's just
Oh,
like how it works. But it's because I've done pull ups and push ups my whole life.
Yeah.
It's basically like what, maybe it's like what my dad, I don't learn from my dad or something, and P90X. But okay, so that's like your story pretty much.
Yeah.
And then we're here. Obats, you thought you were going to go serious, but COVID just messed it up. Like,
Yeah.
pretty much, probably a lot of people.
No doubt.
And then COVID messed me up because I just partied all the time last year. But I started probably doing P90X before. Well, I was in high school. I was running cross country. I was in really good shape. I would say I was in really
You were
good shape.
very healthy.
Yeah.
Like very well. You probably weren't eating horribly, but still.
I was Zeke's messing with the tripod. I was just basically like everything just way smaller,
Yes.
right? Just like, but for high school, I think I was one of the biggest guys in high school.
Well, even
so
though
it's
you
weird.
didn't lift, you had very good musculature.
Yes.
I thought.
So, but then, and I was really in really good shape, really shredded, running cross country, but still just didn't know how to lift, didn't know how to like gain muscle, gain lean mass, and then I did P90X off and on, all the time. I made it to like 60 days in once, and
Remember that?
that was pretty good. I was like that. I was feeling pretty good. I was feeling good too, just overall, and then. Yeah, I basically just did like nothing but calisthenics. Just calisthenics. Push-ups, pull-ups all the time. Quick little like bicep workout at home because I had dumbbells. And that's it. Basically nothing until...
Ab workout after ab workout after ab workout.
Yes.
Yeah.
I did a lot of abs. And then we started finally working out. Like the first time I went into a gym was Obats, probably.
Yeah, because you were working at UPS and you
That's
said like
right.
you didn't want. You were like, I don't really need the gym. Like I'm not gonna go. And because I know it was before you were. Because you said if you got the job at UPS, and then you got the job, and then I was like, well, now you gotta start working out with me.
Yep.
And then you started coming to the gym, and
Oh yeah, because I worked. Oh yeah, it's like I missed that part of it, like of what kept me in shape. So it's not like I did nothing. I guess I worked at Discount Tire,
yeah,
super labor intensive, changing tires. Then I worked at Ohio Tables and Chairs, setting up tents, huge tents, and then I worked at UPS, lifting a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
So it's like just all labor, and so that kept me in shape. UPS was so many steps. UPS was like 30,000 steps a day.
oh my god,
And then, and then I worked out with you, and basically same thing. COVID, I partied like crazy, drank a ton, and so by consequence stayed up
Yeah.
late all the time, and then would miss workouts. Only when
Yeah.
I could like push myself to make it, in spite of staying up late, I would come. Last summer, and then last summer I wasn't really like super like fat. I was just
I think
like
you were just still on your way
generally
up.
out of shape. Yeah. And then this winter was just like terrible. I just basically did nothing. And then
but we still worked out pretty regularly through the winter. It's just
Yeah.
diet was so bad.
Yep, diet was terrible. Diet was terrible. I would just eat all the time because I'm home all the time and I have a crazy
Well,
appetite.
you also like you bought your house, like you bought your duplex. You started working more
That was
than
2020.
ever before.
That was 2020.
Was it really? Oh my God, that was so long ago.
Yeah.
I thought that was this year. Wow. Yeah. Okay.
I-
Well, never mind. Well, there goes that excuse.
Winter, I wasn't working really more than ever.
Oh,
you
what's
know?
going on, man?
And then this spring I had a lot of business, but yeah, I mean, dude, the catalyst for me starting to do it right was like obviously you, and then you pointing me to Will Tennyson, and I remember watching like that first video. Well, I think I tried to watch a video before that.
I remember the first bit I sent you or something like that. You said like his face is scaring my soul or
Yes.
something
Like
yeah.
Will Tennyson's face
Dude,
is
he's got those thick, I don't know what it's called, but like his forehead extends over his eyes,
Yes,
making them
sunken
very
in.
dark. Yes.
yes, his sunken in eyes and his giant nostrils.
Yes.
But then you watch him and he's just like the nicest guy on YouTube.
Funniest. Oh my God, his humor like just locks in with me.
Yes.
It's so good.
Dude,
So
I would
good.
laugh out loud sometimes. in my chair.
I told you on his last video in Colorado. Like, that
Yeah.
got me so good. So funny.
Will Tennyson, amazing YouTuber. Watch him. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I mean, it got me
Yes.
to do the right things.
Yes.
Do the right
And
things.
he preaches sustainability. He doesn't preach
Yes.
like this is how you hit a 1 rep max better.
Yeah, it's amazing. So Will Tennyson, I just now started watching Greg Doucette. I think
Yeah.
there was like another one in there that really helped me too, but I
Jeff
can't.
Nippert?
Nope, I didn't. I just now started watching Jeff Nippert
Okay.
too. Philion. Philion doesn't give you any lifting advice, but he does preach that like most things out there are not realistic.
Make your expectations reasonable.
Yes.
That's what More Plates, More Dates does for me as well, though.
Oh yeah, More Plates, More Dates. I did
Yeah.
watch some More Plates, More Dates too. So
Which his title is not very indicative of what his channel actually is now.
I know.
It's definitely changed. I still think it's a good name. Like it's
Yeah.
a good name for a channel, but his content's very good as well.
Yeah, so yeah, Will Tennyson, More Plates, More Dates, for sure. And I don't know why it feels like I'm blanking, but I thought that there was another one. I don't think so. Will Tennyson, Philion, More Plates, More Dates. Those really helped me to like get dialed in on doing the right things.
Yeah.
And then, dude, and then once we both started going like every day, but basically once I started going every day, 5 days a week, it was just like,
Yeah.
like
See, I've been
exponential.
going 4 or 5 days a week now for, I want to say 5 years, but that's really when I started working at Norwich. So I was doing cardio
Mhm.
5 days a week. So like, I don't have an exact date. So I would generally say 4 years that I've
Yeah.
been like lifting.
I think
Because
that
Liz and
could
I have
be.
been married for 3. I was probably lifting a year before we got married.
Yep.
Yeah, that would make sense. Yeah. So like, I've been going very regular for 4 or 5 days a week for like 4 years, but in the last like 3 months when we've been like tracking every single workout,
Mm-hmm.
oh, so much better.
The results. And it just, when you track everything, I keep trying to tell this to my mom. She's like, I want to lose 5 more pounds. I want to lose 5 more pounds. My mom was like really obese.
No, I didn't like. I never recognized whenever I saw her back
Yeah.
then. I guess
She was probably like, how high body fat percentage can you be? I don't know. Yeah, she was like she was like just crazy obese. She was like obese. She was like really fat.
Like how much lean? Like if you just talk, you're like, well, is blood still lean mass? Because if you're talking, blood would still be considered lean mass because it's not fat mass. So that's still, so like if you're like 600 pounds and you've got all this extra blood, would you still like not be able to crest like 60%?
My mom had to be like 50%. Isn't it a healthy woman like
I don't
20%?
know. Yeah. So like an athletic woman, I believe, is 20%. 20%.
She had to be like at least, she's in the 40s. My mom was just fat. Okay, my mom was really fat, and now my mom is in like amazing
Great
shape,
shape.
and she's 60 years old.
Yeah, dude.
So-
in your 30,000 plugging your channel. In your 30,000 step videos, she's walking with you for like 2 hours at a time.
Yes,
Like I don't think
dude,
I know anybody who would walk with me for 2 hours at a time.
that too.
This dog can't walk with me for 2 hours at a time. I took him for a walk last night. He was barely with me for 30 minutes.
I didn't want to be like Will Tennyson in that way. It just happened. Like with the, like Will's mom is just like,
Don't get so laser focused.
Bang
I'm
in
not
shape.
like copying someone else's.
no, I'm not. But
You're
so,
not going to.
and I mean, like my point was like that just happened.
Yeah.
Like that, like my mom happens to just be in really good shape and she's really active. And I remember when I would shred her for walking, and now all I do is walk. Literally, all I do is walk. So, yeah, I got walking from Will Tennyson really, which he does as HIIT cardio. He does Orange Theory.
Yeah.
But I think I might just never do anything more than walk. Maybe like skip just for fun, but.
I would do anything that I find interesting. Like if I enjoy
Yeah.
basketball, I would love to play soccer, but I don't really know where to go to do
Yeah.
that. You know?
Those pick. Oh yeah, we talked about Ultimate, right?
Yeah. Oh, that would be fun.
Yeah. So basically, just for cardio, you just do something that you like.
Yeah.
Something that you like.
If you don't like walking, get unlimited data. Watch YouTube.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
the same. It's the same.
Or
Be
when you're at
honest.
work, answer emails, phone calls.
Yeah.
Emails, phone calls. That's what I do that too. I email, phone call, make TikToks. I do tons of stuff while I'm walking.
Yeah.
And it's just nice to be outside, or don't take your headphones with you and be outside in nature. And it's like nice.
I
But
couldn't be along with my own thoughts.
I don't do that very much, to be honest. So,
I almost know.
yeah, and then in this,
I gotta have James English and Sush just like in my ears at all
what's up, pussies? in this past like 3 months, all my lifts have just been like,
Dude, you went from deadlifting 225 was like 235 was like your top set. You literally put 100 pounds on in
yeah,
a month.
it feels so good.
A month,
Deadlifting
3
is
months.
deadlifting just feels so good.
It feels so satisfying.
Yeah,
Because
Like,
the
I
hardest
can
part of the
lift
move
this
is the
weight.
lockout. Whereas on squatting, the hardest part of the move is the hardest part of the move.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, I've loved deadlifting for a while. I'm just not good at it yet.
Yeah.
Still figuring it out.
Either, dude, because when you just said that, the hardest part of the move is lockout. I think the hardest part of the move is getting the weight off the ground. Once I'm off the ground, I'm up every time.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
But your grip
I guess-
strength is like not as good as mine for some reason. Well, I mean, you're higher weight, but
You
it's
do more
like,
pull-ups. Like you're just gonna be able to hold yourself up there for way longer than I am.
yeah. I think that's it. That's
Got
the
all of my
disconnect.
hands.
You can do more weight, but my grip strength is just like there already.
Yeah.
But I can't pull that weight yet. Well, cool. That's like our start, right? That's like where we are now. And now we're just dope as hell.
Absolute mass monster.
Absolute mass
I
monsters.
wasn't flexing when I said
Dick skin shredded.
that. Dude, see, that's the thing right now is we said we were going to get our DEXs once we thought we were like to our leanest point.
I am gonna get leaner.
I know. So like when you have to pick a point whenever you think like, all right, this is when I'm stopping and I'm gonna turn around.
When I like feel like shit.
Yes.
Yeah, that's when I'm gonna do it. When I
Because man, I would love to know what I'm at right now. It's just not worth the money to test it twice.
no, well,
Yeah, but
you're gonna go lower.
I'm gonna go lower. I know.
We both feel great.
I just have no concept as for what I'm at right now. Like if you told me like 25, I'd be like, yeah, I see it. And then if you told me like,
No way.
and then if you told me like 15, I'd be like, yeah, okay, sure. No, why not? Like I have no idea.
Huh. Well, it's definitely not 25,
Yeah,
but it's.
kind of hope.
I don't know if 15. It's probably in between 15 and 18.
I was thinking 17 would be reasonable as well, but I said 15 to 25 is a good range.
15 and 18 is where you are, and I am in between 11 and 13. That's what I think. I think.
Only we had Greg's laser eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Greg?
Yeah, he's gonna be like, shave that happy trail.
Yeah.
Yeah,
if you ever want to compete.
his voice would never be that low.
Shave that happy trail.
Shave that happy
I'm going to have to turn that down.
Mute when you burp like 30 seconds.
But I've never, like I said, I've never been this lean and this big at the same time.
Yeah.
And it feels amazing,
Yeah.
I have to say. So,
I mean,
it's like, and it has been hard. It has been, well, it's not hard.
it had to be hard figuring it out.
Yes. I mean, it's like our whole lives.
Yeah.
So basically the whole point of this podcast is that it took us our whole lives to figure out how to lift correctly and train correctly when I think all it comes down to is really tracking everything.
and I
Tracking
knew that
everything.
for years.
So did I.
I remember watching.
Says it
What's
every
what's
time.
King Keto? Oh, what's his Brandon Carter? Brandon Carter. I watched one of his videos. 4 years ago, and he was like, I could tell you what moves I did 10 years ago. I could tell you what workouts I did, how much weight I lifted, everything. I could tell you what I ate on that day. He said, tracking is everything. Track everything you do. And then for the last 3.5 years, I didn't do that. I tracked what I ate, and I just thought, and to me, I always thought, that's good enough, and I'm working out as hard as I can. I always go to failure and a half. And then I just track what I ate. And I knew, I'm very good at knowing what I'm eating. I'm just also very good at, convincing myself that I'm fine. And then I'll eat more. That's how I get fat whenever I'm not dieting. Anyways, that's not what we're talking about. But, dude, yeah, and I knew tracking was the answer for so long.
Yep.
And I didn't do it.
Same. Dude, P90X says it. Every other move.
Yep.
Write it down. How are you gonna know what to do if you didn't know what you did? That's Tony Horton's line.
And then whenever we would do
Never
that,
did it.
I would just
Well,
be like,
I did it. Yeah.
I'd just be like, oh, last time I did 20 for 8 or whatever I did, and then I just did that every single time.
Yep.
I never actually did more. I just did that.
Yeah.
That.
So
It taught me the bicep vein.
Yep. The bicep vein comes pretty easy.
Looking back, yeah, I had such little goals. I remember talking to Jake and talking about how my goal is I want to be able to see my abs out. It's still gone, so that goal actually never came to fruition.
Yeah,
But-
actually transvestite.
But yeah, then I set the bicep vein goal. Then I set a teardrop goal at one point. Oh yeah, I just wanted to have quads at one point.
Yeah.
And then now I think my goal is just to get stronger in powerlifting, which is are the 3 big lifts. I shouldn't say powerlifting, but yeah.
I think my goal is to just get absolutely as dick skin as I can. And then unsustainably, and then see where, just ride that line
Yeah.
between miserable and sustainable.
Yes.
Just ride that line.
Yeah.
Because right now, I'm if I'm creeping up on that single digit, I'm like, how much further can I go then?
Mm-hmm.
And what if it's 8? What if my genetic set point is 8? I don't know. What if I can be at 8 and be comfortable? I don't know.
Yeah.
Because I'm comfortable right now. Feel good right now.
I know.
Good energy. Just gotta sleep more. That's it.
I think my biggest thing is I need to actually track what I'm eating when I'm not dieting like we are right now, because I always track for maybe 2 months at most into my not a bulk. I never wanted to bulk.
Mm-hmm.
I would just always justify the next pound up on the scale.
Yep.
Because I still weigh myself every single day, even when I'm
Man,
not.
that's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just now started weighing myself every day.
And I would put on 2 pounds a week, and I'd be like, it's water weight. And then that new water weight
Yep.
is what I expected the next week. And then that new water weight
Yep.
is what I expected the next week.
That's all. Yeah.
And it just,
And then you
that's
just.
how you hit 230, and you're looking man, I'm soft. Way soft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll have to put. Well, you don't have a picture. Do you have pictures of that?
At 230?
Yeah.
Most certainly, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because 230 was a couple months ago.
I'll have to put up pictures of you at 230 and me at 197 was my highest.
I have never been 197.
You were
Nothing.
6'3". I'm 5'10". I'm 5'10". You're 6'3".
Yeah.
And 197. I was just fat. As hell. So, and now I'm at 176. 176 is my consistent weight. I got down to 175 one day. 176 is my consistent weight right now.
Yeah. My consistent weight's been all over the board.
Yeah.
Every cheat day, I'll go up 2-3 pounds and then just drop 5 the
Yep.
next. And that's never happened to me before. But
I just went up 10. 185.5. Almost 10 pounds.
the next morning, you were 10
Yeah.
pounds up?
185.5 from that.
That's awesome.
Donuts and pizza day. On Saturday.
What? What else did you eat that day? That's not interesting. That's
Tacos.
fine. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. I gained 9 pounds in one day. Gained 9 pounds in one day, lost it in 2.
Yeah, that's how it works generally.
Yeah.
But my cheat days lately, I've been like, I would, what was it? I was 213.4. Then I ate all my crap. I mean, I ate like 2.5 pounds of meat or on steak in one day, and then everything else that went with it, you know?
Yep.
And then I got up to like, it was 215 even. And then the next day, 211. Which is
crazy.
Crazy for me. Yeah.
211 is your lowest so far, right?
Of this diet, yes.
Okay, so you want to get to.
Man, I think
Under
190 would be like very. I've never been that low. I got to 190. Did I say 290 or 190?
190.
Okay, good. I'm like dyslexic. Anyways, 199 is the lowest I've ever gotten since like working out and stuff.
Yeah.
And I've shown you the pictures. Like, it doesn't look good. It didn't look good, but that was 4 years ago. Like before, I was like really lifting.
Yep. I think it'll
So
be
I'm
crazy.
very interested to see what it looks like now.
I'm excited to see just how much more your abs are coming out. So, but muscle loss. With the muscle loss thing, what?
Oh, with your 30,000 steps, because we talked about this a little bit today.
Yeah. So my theory. I'll say my theory first, and then you say what do you think or whatever. Because I think you know more about this than me. Muscle loss. My theory is that you can basically do tons of cardio, very low intensity, steady state, low intensity cardio, and just burn calories and not lose muscle.
Okay.
It's just not realistic because of the time.
So, I don't remember who all I got this from. I know I watched a Jeff Nippert video on it before. So I don't know that there's exact data on how much you can lose a week. If they don't recommend more than 8% of your body weight per week. And if you're obese, like 2%, something like that. So, one, you're not obese.
Yep.
And two, like, it's just, again, yeah, it's not sustainable, which is fine. We're not arguing that.
Yeah.
So, my thing would be, because you lost, we looked up on his Apple Watch how many calories it says he burned, which was 31,000 calories in the week.
Yep.
And then if you ate 2,300 per day, that puts you at 16,000 calories for the week, which puts you in a 15,000 calorie deficit. That's like 4.2 and a change pound.
Yep.
And that's just so much weight. So then it's got to be, it's a number of things that it has to be, and I don't know your weigh-ins after that final weigh-in either. So I don't know if you fluctuated back up once you were doing less cardio, so then you're burning less, like you have more carbs back in your system again.
Yeah.
And you have more water back in your system.
A little bit. 1 pound, maybe. 1
1
pound.
pound.
I never saw 179 on the scale.
So then,
Yeah.
honestly, if it was only 3 pounds, I doubt you really burned that much muscle. Again, I don't know. I'm not like a doctor or scientist, but
Yeah.
it's like, I would think, because they say muscle memory, like your muscle will come back faster. So I would think that it has to work the same as a fat cell, right? And where it would like grow and shrink as you're using it or not using it. As it goes stagnant, it doesn't fill. And as it is used, it fills.
So your theory is I maybe lost a little bit of muscle, but then just gained it right back?
But it probably would have come back in like a week or two.
Huh. That's interesting too, because I didn't think that could happen.
But then your weight would have stayed in theory the same.
Yeah.
Like
Because
from
then I was
the weight that
losing
you
more
lost.
fat.
Yeah.
As my muscle was going back. See, because I never got weaker.
Yeah.
I never got weaker.
That's been the most important thing in our current diet is that I just don't ever want to get like I'd use that 1 rep back calculator. So because we're doing reps right now. So like we did 4 sets of 6 this morning.
Yeah.
Well, 3 sets of 6, 1 set of 4. Anyways, not gonna get into that. So like I calculate those out to see how close it is to my 1 rep max. If it's within like 5 pounds, I think that's reasonable because I'm going for reps. So like I burn out for various reasons. And I could have got that first set for like 9.
Yeah.
But I stopped at 6, got the next set for 6, next set for 6, you know. So according to that, my bench press is still, as of this morning, I'm 4 pounds off of my 1 rep max of all time. My deadlift is very stagnant right now, but that's okay. We're working on it. And then my squat, since my head pains, I really haven't squatted real heavy. But last week, I think I was within 10 pounds of my max squat.
Yep.
So still within reason. I just haven't pushed it there yet. When I will tomorrow, we'll find out.
Yeah. So, in conclusion, doing something that's not sustainable could work
but only for a short burst.
only for a short burst and steady state, low impact, low intensity.
Because it's still what I would consider to be like a crash diet. Like,
Yes.
it's not a diet, but it's like you're doing something extreme.
Yes.
And yours wasn't for like an end goal; it was just to see.
Yeah,
which is cool.
I did it for a challenge, a YouTube video, and like kind of to prove myself that I could do it because it was really hard.
Check the focus up. Yeah.
And dude, I see people like commenting on my TikToks like, I do 30,000 a day, and I'm like,
Probably not.
yeah. I'm like, I have pretty strong willpower. I feel like, and there's just no way.
Yeah.
And maybe if you just have nothing to do, if you have nothing to do, and that's what you do, is you walk, just like people run, you could, I guess. You'd have to just have nothing to do.
Literally nothing. 3 hours of walking.
Yeah, it's more. It ends up being more because you can't maintain that pace.
Yeah.
Yep. So
it's awkward if you're walking through Kroger at 16-minute.
Yes.
You're just knocking shit up
Yeah.
into your basket. I need lettuce.
Yeah. I can't. Oh, these two.
Throw me the lettuce. You're just lapping the lettuce.
Yeah.
Get here. Get here.
I missed it again. But
you get the check. This is cabbage.
so you can do it, but it wouldn't be a good idea. And then the people that probably would do that the most is like really fat people, and they just shouldn't do it at all. I think really fat people should just do very low calorie deficit, very low margin of calorie deficit, very minimal increase in activity. And
That's
just
what I recommend
keep
to
dolloping it all.
everybody.
Dolloping it all.
Everybody. I'm like, how many steps do you get today?
Yep.
Yeah. I'm like, do 2,000 more.
Yep.
It's like 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Like, just do that more.
Yep.
Try to get that in 3 times a week. Okay? And then once you get that in 3 times a week, do it 5 times a week.
Yep.
Like, just do a little more.
Because I mean, and you want to take those little bites. Those little bites when you actually get them are amazing.
Yeah.
Just like the bicep vein thing.
Yeah, like Noah, he's so into it right now, and I'm just trying to tell. I'm not trying to burn him out. I'm just saying, like, just go slow. Just figure it out. Get your moves down, because he wants to work out 6 days a week, 7 days a week. I'm like, just
Yeah.
start with 3 days of lifting. Then once you're like really addicted to it, jump up to 4, jump up to 5. Because once you're addicted,
Yes.
and you're gonna stay on the crack. But like, just go slow.
I feel like I've just now finally gotten addicted. Just now.
Yeah. I mean, I've been addicted to lifting weights for a long time, but just not necessarily correctly.
Yeah.
I'm still off those hype from the newbie gains. Like I'm still kind of like riding that high, just because of how much it changed me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Same. I'm getting my newbie gains my actual lifting newbie gains right now.
Yes.
Pretty much. My looks newbie gains, I feel like I've had those basically for a while, but oh yeah, and then with the fat loss thing, and the best indication of muscle loss is decreased performance in the gym.
Yeah. I think it's the easiest way to tell.
And I think that's backed up by like Jeff Nippard and Greg Doucette and stuff like that is what they say.
A whole bunch of people. Yeah, Igor of Vitruvian Physique. He said that. That was like the first place I heard that.
I'll have to check him out. I haven't watched
His
it.
content's good. He only puts out like a video a week or so, but his content's very good. I enjoy it. It's a long format, generally very informational.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that, dude.
And he's
Jeff Nippard I just love people that just ooze
Yes.
intelligence is just what they put out.
And Jeff Nippard's content's so good as well, because it's still like intertwined with like comedy, like not comedy, but it's still funny.
Yeah.
It's entertaining to watch, and he generally has like a big, like I guess ensemble of articles and other like professionals to just prove a point. Now, obviously, he's gonna be like Greg said, he changed some things to make it look more correct, but Greg points those out because he needs to preach his concept, and then Jeff changes his to reach his concept, whereas both of them are correct. Both of them are saying the same thing.
Yeah.
And that's just that one calorie deficit video.
And Greg just wants to comment on anything because, I mean, Greg needs material. Greg needs material to...
That is his material.
Dissect, because he makes 2 videos a day.
Yeah.
So, track everything. Watch those YouTubers. That's it.
Yeah. You could get so far just watching YouTube.
Don't
Still
take
haven't-
anything.
Still haven't bought a program yet.
Yep. I haven't bought a program. I just started doing pre-workout. I used to do black coffee.
Dude, how funny is that? That literally you started taking pre-workout 2 weeks after you started taking pre-workout. I'm on black coffee, and that's all I've been on since.
Yeah, because dude, it's all you need to be on.
Yeah, and
Everything
my lifts,
else is just
none
an
of- I was
excuse.
so nervous. None of my lifts have gone down at all. I haven't felt as crazy of pumps, but like none of my lifts have really suffered.
I feel like the only one that's really going to make a difference is the Gorilla, because every other pre-workout is just non-affectatious dose, whatever. But yeah, I took no supplements, no vitamins, no creatine, no pre-workout my whole life until
Creatine's
1 month ago.
great for losing weight, though. The
1 month
diarrhea
ago.
I got on creatine was second to none. Oh, I remember walking into J.C. Penney's, and we get to the escalator, and I'm like, you're walking, you're fine, everything's good, you're talking to whoever, and then you're, where's the bathroom? And you are beelining it to the bathroom. And I remember, I kicked open that first door, and there was already someone else's creatine diarrhea in there. And I burst open the next door, and I dropped my stuff, and I'm shooting it out one end before I have the door locked. It was crazy.
I think you're going to have to take your ring off next time.
I made a pretty good bet.
Blasting that. Dude, yeah, and I don't get the diarrheas.
Yeah, that's
I am
a
getting the protein
Farts. Yeah.
but not the protein. Not
This
no
man's
diarrhea.
got some protein.
In the
I
gym
used
today,
to light it up.
dude. In the gym today with the. See now we're on
Oh
the
yeah, we're
farts.
already on the next topic.
In the gym today with the. So our gym is under construction. We've got 2 benches, butt to butt, right next to each other. You can barely even get in behind them to
It's
spot.
a 4-car garage.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it's terrible. So we're on this bench, and then this the power couple's on this bench, and yeah, I shit. They're already off the bench. They're already over here doing something else. But she comes back to get a weight or something. I shit, and then 10 seconds, 3 seconds later, she walks up, gets her weight, turns around, nothing. She must have gotten a full inhale.
Every time I just let death out in the gym, the daintiest woman in there is walking. Whatever 75-year-old grandma who's just here so she can see her kid graduate next year walks right behind me, and I swear she's gonna kick it right there. And she grabs her 5-pound weights and she walks by, and I'm staring the whole time. I'm like, don't do it. I'll catch you. Oh, dude, and they never make a face.
Yep.
No one ever notices.
Grown women, they're the most tolerant, like, old women are the most just tolerant people on this earth. They've already had it. They've had their kids, their grandkids, all giving them shit, so they're just like, they've smelled dirty diapers on dirty diapers, and they're just like,
Reminds me of the 30s.
oh, alright, you wanna just end it there? Carbs, we got carbs and fats, but I don't know how far we are in. When I look at it on here, sometimes I'll zoom it on accident, we're an hour. So it's gonna be less than that.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty good. We can talk about this next time.
Yeah.
Like, I'm totally good with that.